Time to do a little cleanup on the Fluval SPEC 3 2.6 gallon. I'm guessing that point 1 is probably in the back filter. I don't know why they call it 2.6, but anyway. I already scrubbed down the glass a little bit. If you look at my prior video, if you saw the prior video, you could see it was kind of cruddy. So I already cleaned that up. Again, since there's no fish in here, there's actually no crabs, or at least the ones I put in there died off along with the snails. So you'll see them just kind of lying around there. So I don't put any food in here. I don't do anything. All I do is top it off with water. And I literally haven't done a water change on this thing in like 4 months. And the coral is totally fine. Again, I'm doing a water change just to keep it clean. You know, you gotta do a water change every once in a while, I guess. You know, there's minerals and things like that the coral takes out of the water, out of the salt solution. So you want to do water changes on it, even if you're not putting any food in there. There's not waste or anything like that going in there from fish. But this is definitely with no fish in it and just my green star polyps. This is like the low maintenance tank. I bet you I could leave this thing running for like a year or more, and I'll do nothing but just top it off with water as it evaporates. But I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna put a new filter in there, some new charcoal, or I say charcoal, but carbon. We'll take that one off so we can get in here. And I can never reach that, but I have my handy dandy surgical tweezers, whatever you want to call it. I got my dump bucket right here, so I'll just toss that in there. What do I got in here? I don't even know. That's how long I don't do water changes on this. Now, I did have a fish in here before, just temporarily. I had one of my Bengal cardinals in here because he was sick. So he was in here for a couple of weeks. And that's probably all that crud, because I did feeding him a little bit. He ended up croaking. He wasn't doing well. He almost died in the other tank, and he was actually stuck to the intake of the other tank. When I got to him, took him out, I thought he was dead. I was going to flush him, but he was still alive. So I put him in here, and he lived for like another couple weeks. 3 weeks or so, unfortunately, but he didn't make it. So that's why there's a little bit of crud in here. So what I'm going to do is, I got my siphon hose. There's quite a bit of crud down at the bottom there. I'm going to suck it out of there after I turn this off. And probably just change like half the water. Do a 50% water change on here. Alright, so what I did was use my siphon to really clean out the water from the back here, and as I showed you before, there was a bunch of crud in the back there. There's a bunch of it down in here. I tried to get as much as I could without having to take everything out of there because I'm low maintenance. And you can see about half the water out, just to the top of the rock there, just starting to expose some of the GSP on the top. I don't want to do any more than that. We'll get the new water and pour it in there. All right, so I got all this stuff back, got my clean water, brand new salt water mix. I'm gonna go ahead and put this stuff in there. All right, so I got everything in there, as you can see here. Maybe not. Sponge down at the bottom, the media bag with the whatever ceramic balls, whatever, bag of new charcoal or carbon, and the sponge on the top. I'll just fill it up with water and turn everything back on. Okay, got the water in there, got the lights back on. I'll hit the power button, and we're back in business. Funny how you can kind of tell the different colonies of GSP. Look at that. So these up here are all connected, meaning that if you disturb one of them, the whole thing will start to retract. And you can see I got some green hair algae right there. It's probably from all the crud I had in there when I did have that fish in there. So that's actually another reason I'm doing a water change, and otherwise I wouldn't have any of that. I was feeding that one fish that was in there. Started getting a little green hair algae. But you know, the entire other colony, I guess, all retracts. And you can see they're starting to pop out a little bit here and there. As we speak. So that's it for water change on the Fluval SPEC 3. Till next time. I had a little extra water when I mixed up all the water there. I don't know, it's about a gallon or so. So what the heck, I'll do a water change on this guy too while I'm at it. Alright, I'll see if I can do this one-handed, record and drain some water. Of course not. Let's see. Alright, got the water working. And I'm just going to eyeball it here. I'll see how much water is in there compared to here. I'm not even going to turn the tank off or anything, because we're only taking out a little bit here. We're almost there. Alright, that's about it. Okay. Sorry for all the jumpiness on the video, but kind of hard to do this without having a cameraman. Really need two hands for a lot of the things here. That you can see, that's about what I'm going to do. Fish are a little goofy there. I forgot what these are called, but real nice. This thing's doing nice in here. This is the only coral I think I have other than the green star polyps in any of my tanks. But I had this one in a 20-gallon. But I ended up putting it in here just because this is my office. I work from home, and so I sit right there working on my computer all day long. Wanted to have something that looked nice in here for the work day. Let's put some fresh water in here now. All right, done. I think the fish are hiding. That's where the firefish sleeps. He's got a little tunnel right underneath that rock that goes from one end to the other. Kind of funny. I think he's like the only one that can fit in there. He used to sleep in a corner. I think if you look at one of my older videos before I put this large piece of rock in there, you know, the branching one. He used to sleep in a corner. He'd dig a little hole at night, which is kind of cute, but it's kind of sad for the chromie. He just didn't know where the heck to sleep, which is why I put this little plastic plant in there. He actually goes and just sits, boop, just wedges himself right there and takes a snooze. Well, that's it. Got some cleaning done. Till next time.